if they get enough money and they're able to buy the SCAR, you know, Exist picks up the SCAR or whatever, then that's a big difference to being stuck on rifles. It changes the way that they can play so much. So we're going to jump into the knife round. So as we've just been talking about how important it is to really, for the teams to get their choice of side, this will decide just that.
Yeah, we're about to find out here. FACEIT being tagged up as Craclaren for some reason.
I've been loving Forrest's stream lately, by the way. Forrest is brilliant.
The overlay. And did you see that Deagle reaction?
Yeah, I saw those. Those are pretty hot.
I've got an explanation for why that is as well, but maybe we can go into it later. Apparently, it's like a team.
Before, I want to say it was. Oh my god, it was the finals. Which finals was that? Not so long ago.
Is it like Copenhagen Games? Could that be it? Did they play those
I think
two?
it
I actually
was
forgot.
it was Copenhagen Games. I'm pretty sure because I remember grabbing the demo and like really looking at like the make or break round, and it was an aggressive situation. But we jump into the pistol now, and we get an aggressive long play.
Snacks killed a teammate. Neo goes down, and Gerard gets the return, and Snacks is going to be reliving that for a while, seeing it in his dreams. That was not a good team kill coming in. And now Exist at the back here. He's looking for that USPS one click. They've left it to Forrest. Alone over here, waiting for something. Gerard gonna have to reconnect into the server here, but it's gonna be still a 3-on-3. And Virtus.pro slow down their push to the A-bomb side.
Love the pickup of the USP by Pasha there, get that long range going. And we can see they're still holding on to the site, but they are feeling a bit stressed here. Not the best positions in the world. Exist is going to get cut off from his teammates. He's going to be forced to make some frags happen by himself here. Oh, Pasha, what is happening? Great double headshot there coming in from Pasha through the smoke. Doesn't matter. Pasha's bullets fly true.
Sickening shot from Pasha. That was very well done. Now we just need to figure out if if his money is going to be okay. I think he started with 800, so they just need to show us into like this esports gym thing he was building at one point. But I'm wondering if there is like a Pasha esports, you know, training regiment that you can follow. Be like Pasha.
Yeah, well,
in Counter-Strike and in the gym.
Lose around 10 press-ups.
It's a powerful thought.
You've got to do them quickly because you don't have much freeze time.
It's true indeed. All right, look at this now. Second round is coming up, and Get Right with the deal is a little bit unusual, in fact, and he does not take anyone down. Exist does get the one kill, but the Polish team, they don't stop for anything. They're really quite aggressive here, even in a round where they could potentially lose a lot. There's no armor on NiP, though. They have actually stopped doing that, which a lot of teams have. It's very strange and unsettling because we've got so used to it.
I love the boost here. This is such an awesome spot. But actually, they're going to give up the Ghost on that one. And to their benefit, they'll find Pasha by doing so. But Virtus.pro already have the site. But this is pretty cool from NiP, actually, as they've already dropped 2 players of Virtus.pro. And what can they do here? I mean, that was a really well-connected
That's a bit of a touchdown. I think that may have actually hit Bialy right in the chest, that grenade. But one shot from FACEIT. I already know what sound he's making now. They will all go down. Bialy gets a quick triple kill. That was nicely done. But yeah, if only we could listen in on like the NiP TeamSpeak call at that point, it'd be FACEIT. I'm not going to say the noise here because it's like a little bit unpleasant. But you can go and find it on the Reddit if you want to. It's going to be now the third round coming up, and Virtus.pro taking, I mean, you're right, that was a good round from NiP nonetheless. They did some really significant damage, and Virtus.pro going for an interesting mix-up here. They actually have 2 people without guns. I don't want to say it's a big risk, but it's a bit of a risk, maybe.
And NiP are actually buying quite a lot of wet pistols there, not just sticking with USPs here. And FACEIT gets another. Oh, and a second too! What is happening there, FACEIT? He sees the bomb get dropped as well. Pasha's trying to make good of this, and he will take down 2. So he's controlling the situation. But look at this, Get Right, hightailing it. And this flank could actually be very powerful. Only 3 players left, but in Pasha with 1 health, NiP can do this.
Yeah, Virtus.pro, they do have their eye on it, and they're stashed with a very good pick-off. FACEIT is gone down, and FACEIT is next to fall. It's going to be all on Exist here, 1-on-3. So Virtus.pro, they managed to stabilize and sort of regain control of that crazy situation. And the beauty of what FACEIT did, it was kind of in the idea that he had 2 bullets left, and he went for a peek and actually got the 1 headshot. Very well done by Adam, and now Exist is going to go down, so it will be Virtus.pro losing yet more rifles, but winning the rounds, and it's going to be up to NiP in the 4th round here. But they do have a big advantage coming into this round, simply because of the lack of money on the VP side. But Dan, you said auto sniper, and
Yes.
already, you know, it's Christmas early for you.
Definitely. I loved how they were handling the money as well. You can see they just barely had enough. They worked it all out in their heads. Okay, we can get a deal on this player, a CZ on this player, and so on. And this could go really well. We see an AWP shot rattled off there through the flashes, but it's not going to find any target at all. As GetRight actually playing from the car there and trying to watch those exits into pit. And this is kind of an awkward defense here, kind of out in the open. Fifrin falling back with the AWP to that side as Virtus.pro established one man on the pit. And this feels like a lot of pressure for the NiP side because they know there's a guy there. And oh wow, Pasha opens up the B bomb site. Freiburg now has got to hold this down. If he goes down, no! NiP are in a lot of trouble now.
GetRight completely flashed in the middle, and the two expensive rifles here have got to be saved. Xis has picked up one kill, but this is critical, absolutely. AWP and also Sniper, and I think Virtus.pro, they should go hunting here, even though they don't have like an incredibly strong economy. The combined sort of value of this is $12,000 for NiP, as we can see up in the equipment score there. So it has to be a must for them to try and take this away from them.
Yeah, there's like you said, those two rifles, they cannot fall. I mean, NiP, they invested so much into it. They're going to be in such trouble if they lose this. Xis going to find BRL, but they know where he is now. And they're going to be thinking that they have to go for this. And here we go, Fifler, and he might just go down here. We can see Xis taking one kill there. But Fifler, he's got cover. Xis over there behind that barrel up on the site. Might just be able to make this happen. But in his fervor to save his teammate, he's going to get taken down. And oh, the peek comes in, and Fifler misses the key shot. And Taz picks up the Scar. And they lose both expensive rifles. NiP, they've got to be suffering on the morale side of things right now.
Ouch, that is no fun at all. It's just thrown over to Pasha as well, so he's going to be looking up the middle, and NiP, they're back to pistols here, but this is a much more normal sort of Dust 2 side than what we've been seeing last couple of days from NiP, so I guess, you know, it's looking really good for Virtus.pro, but in fact, it's more sort of just how Dust 2 normally plays out. It's probably going to be 5-0 here, and NiP, they still have plenty of opportunities to get back into this, but I mean, it shows you that Virtus.pro, like we said, in practice, they've been playing well against NiP on this map, and in a real game like this, they are as well.
Yeah, and no Eagle sniper from Freiburg, and they all will fall. 5-0 now for Virtus.pro. They're getting an amazing start here at the beginning of this best of one against NiP, and NiP really need to win every single one of their remaining games to have a chance to make that top 4. They cannot. They just simply cannot afford to lose even one.
And look at what the logic is coming out from the Swedish team here as well. Because they had one AWP and one sniper rifle last time and that didn't work, they're just like, all right, we'll just buy more AWPs. It's going to work eventually. Next time it's going to be like 3 AWPs and maybe 2 auto snipers, and I like that. Xis over here looking through the smoke, getting the first shot, but he's going to get taken down, and that is not what they needed. GetRight going to fall next, and now the bomb site is not completely exposed, and Flower with a good pick off here is still a 2-on-3.
Oh, nice. Fifth Flower going to get boosted up into the site. That's going to be very, very helpful. But things are not looking so good. I mean, he could quite easily go down to Neo if Neo manages to find a shot, and he does! Oh my goodness, Pipplerin's AWP dropped on top of that A bomb site now, and Virtus.pro take that as the cue to go and get that plant. Freiburg and Forest are lurking though. We have a flank coming in from Forest as Freiburg is in kind of an interesting position over at CD Spawn. Not spotted yet, I don't think.
Forrest running in, and he just jumps and takes the shot. So now it's all on Snags here. And he's no slouch either. Looks for the kill here. Sprays down, but not going to take down Freiburg. And it will be NiP winning the round just barely after a bit of a horrible start. I think actually they weren't really meant to be caught over here by the car. They had 2 players here. And you saw GetRight at the end sort of try and make his way over towards the crossover. But I think that was just NiP in a really unfortunate position. But they won the round either way, and that is a good start. They lose 1 AWP, but they save the auto sniper. So it's not all bad here.
It is actually quite fun how many insanely expensive rifles we're seeing. So much money getting tossed around. What can Pasha do here? This could be pretty huge if he's able to get a pick off, but seems as if the tension right at the start there is broken and nothing actually happens. There's a lot of flashes again going to long. They've been pretty good with their long entries, and they're going for another one. It's working out so far. GetRight only able to trade against Taz, and this is looking bad for NiP. They're forced to a very fast reaction. Different has to fall back, but he can't quite do it. Cut down, and Snax throws those bullets over to CT spawn there, and the bomb is going to go down again. And it just feels like the same round again and again.
Right, it's the, remember we were talking about dice earlier on and how many of the faces of the Virtus.pro dice have YOLO written on it? That's it. I mean, they are so fast. But it's not like it's completely without coordination. Saying YOLO kind of makes it feel like they're just randomly pushing everywhere. That's not it, but they are renowned, again, from other teams for having these pushes that don't follow sort of completely conventional timing, and that's why it's so stressful to play against, because, when the smoke is up over on long like it was there, the thinking is that if somebody comes through, they're going to be jumping down into the pit. Yeah, they're not just going to be pushing right through the smoke, and they did, and it's just, it's catching the Swedish team completely off guard here. And now kind of a best-case scenario for Virtus.pro as well. They let NiP get a single round, just enough to reset the round loss bonus, and then they're back on top again.
Yeah, that is very crippling.
And look at the spawn from Pasha. Look how close he is to A long here. So he's going to be able to take a run straight away. Even though they don't have rifles, could still secure him a very early kill. So spawn positions matter a lot on this map.
And they're not going to be actually peeking at all. They're all sticking towards short, actually. But so are Virtus.pro, and Exist finds a double with the CZ, and the bomb is dropped as well. Can he get a third? Exist coming in with a triple, and there's one more player left on short. But this round is quickly getting cleaned up by NiP, but Taz has something to say, and he gets 2 in return, and it's a 2-on-2 now, and there's no weapons for NiP. What can they do?
Finally goes down. Forrest coming in. He's not going to get the shot. And it's an ace for Taz. And a great hold on short for him after Exist very nearly stole the round away here from Virtus.pro. It's Taz to pick up an ace and actually bring it back in their favor. 7-1. And NiP this time, the buy is a little bit less. I mean, it's a an intentional buy from them, but they can't have all the equipment that they want to here.
Exactly.
They know now they're running out of rounds. They need to start winning.
Definitely, and those rifles means that they'll have to eco just a little bit less if they end up losing the rounds. And Get Right going to open up the round with 1 kill into Pasha, which is a good start. And things are quite slow from Virtus at the moment. We see one. They're trying to peek on short. Difflerin is hanging onto the site, giving the information to his teammates. And Virtus.pro is still searching desperately for that opening. But NiP are holding quite strong. They're trying to move their way into mid, but Freiburg's there to push them back once again. They can't quite find their entry.
There's the smoke coming up. Freiburg's going to have to run through. It looks like it's definitely going to be B push coming out, and Exist is the only one defending in the back of the site here. Does not have any grenades to hold him away. It's going to be all down to headshots. He lands one, but doesn't take down Taz. Freiburg's shown up to help out, and Exist is going to go down. Freiburg to follow. And the bomb side is lost for NiP. That should have probably been the Swedish team coming out on top there.
And just 2 players left for NiP, but they are going to go for it, making their way through tunnels. What a timely smoke that was. That is going to completely cripple any chances that NiP could have had to make a push through for a retake against 3 remaining players. Snacks is incredibly low, but they're just interested in the exit frags right now. And Forrest will find one, but Fifferin gets taken out, so pretty sad for NiP only having 1 rifle saved at the end of this round.
Yeah, that was a very close round. And I think NiP, I don't know, Virtus.pro, in the beginning when they were pushing into the bomb site, they definitely had the advantage, because when Exist is the only one alive in the back of the site here, and they're sort of all pushing in, it's very hard for him to hold everything. But at the moment in time when Freiburg comes in through these doors, then they have a crossfire. There's like a, an angle here where Virtus.pro players should be shot by either Exist or Freiburg, and instead they got killed one at a time, and that was a little bit of a misplay coming out from NiP, and actually not quite good enough, and that's going to give Virtus.pro now a 7-round lead. And NiP, as you said, with just the 1 rifle saved here.
We do have, again, the tunnels occupied. Virtus are making their way slowly into the B1 site. There goes Neo with the entry frag onto Freiburg. And with just 1 rifle on Forest, their chances of taking this site back, they are very slim. Get Right just going to try to do something, but there is nothing to be done as he gets shut down. And Virtus look like they're going to secure this one fairly easily. Forrest, he's going to struggle to hold on to this because Virtus are going to realize that he's out there and they're going to want to take him out.
This is, I don't know. It's an encouraging sign for anyone who's been, mildly annoyed or very annoyed at how Virtus.pro have been playing like in the past couple of games. It's also, makes me feel a little bit silly because I was so excited to see NiP play so well on Dust 2, but right now we're not seeing any of that quality at the moment. Just all Virtus.pro destroying the Swedish team here. Taz with 11 kills and Pasha with 10. Then it goes down to Bialy, but they're all very high up there. There's nobody who's asleep right now. Whereas on the other team, I mean, it seems to be Exist and Freiburg just, you know, carrying the load, and everyone else is not quite there yet. So we need NiP. I mean, it's not done yet. If they can win 5 rounds on the CT side here, they still have a pretty good chance of making something happen, but it has to start now.
And here, Virtus goes straight on into the B-bomb site. They detected weakness there previously, but Freiburg is the one to try to hold it down from the car. He gets another one. Can he hold Virtus.pro? They have slowed. They're behind the smoke. Get Right comes in time to help. Pasha is caught between 2 players, and they do hold just because of Freiburg and the power that he presents over at B. But NiP, you know, they're gonna get the round that you said. You know, they need to do it now.
Yeah.
But they have so much more to do, and there's so much money still left for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, there is. It's going to be this round and maybe even the next one before Virtus.pro are ecoing. So if NiP can make it to 4 rounds, they might just get the last 2 basically for free. We could see 9-6 here if the Swedish team really starts to step it up. But it's not looking easy, and Neo with a headshot like that to start off with, well, that's a big problem. Freiburg got a quad kill in the last round. This time, they avenged themselves immediately on him. Now in the B-bomb site here, Forrest the one defending, and they're coming through the smoke. He's going to have a rough time all alone in the back here, looking for the one-click headshot. Now they're going to overwhelm him, and Pasha opens up, and the rest of NiP, now they need to save instead.
Yeah, this is looking bad. Just 5th and Exist left. Oh no, this could go really badly, and he can't quite get the quick scope as Neo takes him out. I do really like how they entered the B-bomb site there, because I don't know if it was on purpose rather from Virtus, but they had the smoke positioned in such a way that the only angle that could give any visibility was just that one in the corner on the left. And Freiburg almost got baited out to go for the peak there, and that's of course the only place that they're looking to try to get the first kill. And then as soon as Freiburg falls over at B, it seems just all too simple for Virtus to just push on through.
Yeah, just I don't know, just an awful round from NiP. They should be able to recover a little bit better. And it also seemed like it took a long time before Forrest got any backup in the back of the site there. So he fought for a while against them, but it just wasn't enough. Now it's pistols on the Swedish team again. Snags opening up with a good triple kill. It's going to be down to Freiburg and Forrest here. 2 on 5. Can they pick up even a single kill? There's the one. And Forrest will go down immediately after, so not even any rifles saved or anything. Yeah, quite an incredible start to this first half here.
It is certainly just that, and I think you really made the point very well. Virtus.pro have quite a pace and an approach to how they push positions and rush, and it almost, like you said, almost looks chaotic, but it is so well coordinated, and NiP just couldn't find the answer. They had the setups that they wanted, they had the rifles that they wanted, they had the SCAR, they had the AWPs, but it just wasn't enough to put the stop into Virtus.pro. Once again, Virtus.pro just get whatever they want. The shot, the key shot is missed by Fiflerin.
And, you know, just as you were talking about, like, the pacing of this team, what Bialy just did is incredibly unconventional. Normally you see a terrorist team, they take control of mid, and then they start inching their way up short. Bialy just ran there the whole way. It was like, it was actually more or less dumb luck that Fiflerin was even looking that way, and he couldn't get the kill, but Forrest here looking, going to take down Neo. It's back to a 2-on-2 somehow. So the rest of NiP are doing a good job. Grenade going to rain up here. No bomb plant yet. There's a chance, but Forrest is going to walk right into Taz in the smoke. Get right, spraying down. He's going to miss the spray, and Pasha takes him out. So Virtus.pro stealing the round away. But this one rush here, I challenge anyone to look at like 50 demos on Dust 2 and find many other teams that'll make this kind of run that Bialy just did, where he just runs all the way without pausing almost a single time, and just, you know, takes the shot over there at the Goose. Very, very unlikely.
Yeah, and here we see an aggressive play coming in from NiP down short to try to catch any weird aggressions up short this time and get some more information, and it works pretty well because they have so much info now. They have eliminated all possibilities. They know it's got to be tunnels, so they can try to wrap around, but they've still only got pistols to work with, so this is a really, really big ask. Maybe they can support Get Right in a way that this could come out huge for NiP, and I love the positioning. Virtus.pro might not be ready for this.
Yeah, it's a really good position. Freiburg looking for a one peek up here as well, but he's going to get taken down now. Soon as he reveals himself, the game is going to be up. There's the one click, but now they know exactly where he is, and they're going to be wrapping around as well. Bialy will take him down. That's the rifle gone in the middle. Forrest goes down, and Exist is not going to win his duel either. It's all on Fiflerin here. 5-7 in hand, and in a 1-on-4, he's going to get a good shot in on Bialy. That is something a nice click away, but it's nowhere near enough here.
Biffler, he's looking at a really, really hard 1-on-3. At least picks up the AK, but Snacks has him over at CT spawn. And 13-2. What a crushing first half for Virtus.pro. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, dominating stuff from the Polish team. Nothing like I expected. I actually thought NiP would you know, upset the situation a little bit and maybe have like, you know, 6 or 7 rounds on the CT side here, but nothing of the sorts now. It isn't done yet, but with this pistol round coming up, if NiP don't win it, well, needless to say, then
of course, yeah.
it's all over. Even if they win it, it's going to be very, very tough, but there's always a chance. Get right, though, in the middle. Has already taken some damage. He's down to 19 HP.
So not going for the Glock train, instead taking it slow, and probably going to see some action here. Now, Pasha wants action. He's going to force this. He goes straight in, and Get Right is going to welcome him with a bullet to the face. And Taz still working over at middle by those double doors. A lot of traffic around this area now. Taz has got to be careful not to get taken down too quickly. Here goes Bialy. He wants some action too. He's going to find it. Gets one frag. Taz waiting still patiently. Snacks though. Gets some fire over from long. And NiP are holding well together so far.
Taz going to be pushing in here, takes down Freiburg, and now Neo's coming in from long really quickly. Wondering if they're going to be ready for it here. It's Get Right first, and he gets the shot. Very nicely done. Forrest going to take down Taz, and all of a sudden, it just gets stolen away from Virtus.pro. So this is at least the first round that NiP really needed. And Snacks alone is going to be jumping up into the face of Forrest, and we'll take him down, so no problem at all. 3-13. And it looked a little bit shaky. I think Neo's sort of wraparound all the way around T-spawn, even though it had no effect on the game at all, it was a very good idea. If NiP had been a little bit slow with actually getting up into the bomb site, then Neo's push could have won the whole round for Virtus.pro. So it's timing, and it worked out not in favor of Neo this time.
It was interesting too, because we didn't really see what NiP had in mind. We just saw them kind of playing a little bit slow. They obviously were going for some kind of play, but then all of a sudden Pasha just runs straight down shot. It's like, hey, Get Right. And of course the round kind of just was all about just well, it just went from that one kill, and they just had to adapt and Virtus.pro and their aggression. And that's what you can always count on, aggression when you're playing against Virtus.pro.
It's very, very tough, though. I mean, you saw how Bialy jumped down into the middle after Pasha had already died, and it very nearly worked. He very nearly got a double kill doing it. It is just, even if you know it's going to happen, it's because you're conditioned over playing against a lot of other teams that they're not going to do it. It works really well for the one team that does it. 5-3 here. Taz, Neo, and Bialy are left. Grenade going to rain down the middle and do actually very good damage. Exactly 50 to Taz.
Looks like a very smooth anti-eco so far, and only Piffering going down, and if they can limit it to that, they're going to be in good standing, but actually Neo will take down Get Right, and he can still take another player down with that rifle, and that's really the choice he has. Does he go for some frags, or does he go for just keeping the rifle? And I think you can make an argument for going for frags here, because they have so many rounds to work with. If they always keep NiP on low money, they are going to wear them down. So that is actually quite interesting, just because of the rounds that they have.
There it is. Forrest will find him. I don't think Neo realized he was already going to be all the way up there, but yeah, man, you can do either way. I think it's that's like
you can't go wrong in that situation.
No, and they were going to come and find him, so I guess it works out in, all the same anyway. 4-13. It's a pretty long comeback here. We're talking about nearly 12 rounds in a row flawlessly for NiP, which can definitely be done, especially as you talked about, if they can keep Virtus.pro's economy very low, then there's always that chance. But Exist is going to open up the bidding here with a kill on Snags, and Virtus.pro with a very standard sort of setup this time, spreading out across A and B both. No trickery coming out so far.
I'm really curious if NiP are going to go with any AWPs on the P side, or whether they're just going to keep them mobility and keep the aggression very tight and coordinated together, and kind of leave the AWP out of the plays. So we shall see. Time will tell. But it seems as if Taz is going to take down Fifthrin and get himself a Galil. He's got no health left, but he still make something happen with this.
Look at this sneaky play from Taz. Okay, the grenade comes in. I was wondering if he was going to try and sneak through. So that could have been interesting. Either way, still a really good shot with the P250 for Taz. Gets even more rifles away, and there's already the answer to your question. They are going to be picking up the AWP. Forrest spawning very close to B. That must be the furthest B spawn that's possible almost, but he's still going to be running to the middle.
Yeah. This does make a lot of sense to go for the AWP, considering that there can't be an AWP to contest him.
Yep.
So that is quite smart, and right, going to make his way down to short already. So they are kind of taking control of more or less the width of the map.
And take a look at how NiP are playing this. You know, the mid control, unlike what Bialy did that one Madness round where he just ran up, this is how most teams play the terror side. Look at GetRight, flashing his way in onto short, taking it really slowly and carefully. Kind of like the polar opposite of what Virtus.pro were up to in some rounds.
Like he did that polar opposite.
Oh, I
Poles,
see.
man.
Yeah, I'm going to pretend I designed that.
I should have just let it go because it's kind of a horrendous pun. But
Oh.
but you're right though. I mean, this is what you come to expect. And do you think it's just because the players of Virtus.pro are just really patient, or do you think they just understand the metagame so well?
I just think they're very Polish. I think
They're very Polish.
I just think they, you know, it's a weird thing because you want to say that they don't have respect for their opponents, but they do, and they're like really cool people. So it's not about that, but I think they pretend when they're playing that they don't, that they can just do anything. They're just playing, like, you know, that's like the mentality. Yeah, a little bit, you know, and seems to be very effective. Although in the middle, an opening kill, really well done here from Freiburg. They're going to get another one. Freiburg falls inside the B-bomb site here. Going to be difficult for Neo. This smoke might actually help him out so he doesn't get killed from doors, and he's going to open up here for Farron, though actually Forrest will take him down. And that's it. NiP winning a critical round. And it's the first round of the second half where Virtus.pro can actually buy rifles, and they just get destroyed, basically.
It's a shame that Bialy has like the camo rifle, but it's like the camo for like a forest environment or something. He needs something more.
You said, yeah, I see what you mean.
More sandy. I don't know.
Whatever sort of military budget officer,
terrain, kind of.
Yeah, whoever did the budget and signed their name to buying this camo for this particular operation,
Yeah.
Operation Desert Storm. Let's go for the Boreal Forest skins.
Yeah, he didn't do a good job by that guy. And Bialy's going to get taken out. And NiP, so far, they are bringing some rounds back, and I'm quite confident that they're going to be able to make this a really close game because, again, the T side is the favorite side. They have so much power, with having the AWP and keeping the money low of Virtus.pro. But Virtus.pro, that AWP is coming, I think, and they're certainly in the hands of Asher. But let's see how this goes. Nothing picked yet.
So one way of thinking about it is that, yeah, right now they're a lot of rounds behind here, but they need to win the next for 9 rounds in a row to even catch up to what Virtus.pro have. But yeah, 9 rounds is a lot. But if Virtus.pro are saving every other round, then it's really more like maybe 5 rounds that they need to win, or 4 rounds, depending on how it works out. So it's not quite as much as it seems, but at least still a really, really large gap between the two teams here. But Farron going to peek out there at the right time and take down Taz and Steam. I mean, eventually Steam will start to sort of run out for Virtus.pro as well, and they'll just be annoyed that they can't pick up the last 3 rounds of the game and take a victory here.
And you can really understand NiP playing it slowly against Virtus.pro, as we see Snacks taking down Exist there, because Virtus.pro, they show a lot of aggression. And
do you think Snacks was watching the FACEIT highlight reel before when Kenny jumping up? I can do that too.
I think so.
Well, this is a slow round from NiP. In fact, very slow as they push into the B-bomb site finally, but they actually don't have that much time left, and they got to be careful. Neo still in the corner here, going to take down Freiburg really quickly. 25 seconds left, and 2-on-2 situation. They have to plant the bomb. It's not down yet, and because Virtus.pro right here, that can actually be difficult. They're going to try it for it in the back, but Bialy coming in. Have they left themselves too little time? NiP is finally going to go down. Snack spraying through here. He's going to take down one, and now it's a 1-on-1. Forrest has to get this kill. This could be all Virtus.pro need to get back into the game. He's going to fake it with a grenade, or actually with a pistol, but it's not enough. Forrest doesn't fall for it. But that was a tricky move from Snacks. He threw out his pistol, pretending it was a grenade. Oh, that's the sort of stuff he needed to do. But well done by Forrest, holding on to it. Gives it a little bit more of a game here.
Definitely Forrest doing the job in time of need, 13-7. And now we're seeing 2 AWPs, Snacks and Pasha holding those AWPs. This can be so dangerous. The smoke's going down. Still watching the angle though. And oh no! Snacks just barely missing the shot there. That jump. Oh, that was very close. And I had my heart, my hands there.
How do you get the game sense to peak exactly when the other guy is jumping down into suicide? After just having stood there for a while. It's so creepy, isn't it? It happens. Now Snacks has taken the other AWPs. They do have 2 AWPs, Pasha, and they're both on the A side as well, which is a little bit interesting because they can be used quite well the B-bomb side as well. Snags waiting here, takes down Forest, and that's a great start to the round for Virtus.pro, who have not given up at all to try and figure out how they can do this.
Indeed. So on NiP now, they've lost that one man. This is never really, you can never be counted down and out when you lose one man. Often you can take a risk with one man, either for position or for information, and still you're okay as a terrorist side, because you're never going to be, you're always going to be more players against the defense of the CTs, as they have to spread across both sites. So Snax is on the angle here, and again he is good for it. They test him a second time, and he passes with flying colors, and again he's going to be tested. This is a very nasty position for Snax. Freiburg's the first man in. Can he get both frags? He does. Well played from Freiburg, and NiP are well and truly in the site, and bad positions for Virtus.pro.
Wonderful stuff. Taz finally going to deal with Exist, but then he's also going to be alone here in a 1-on-2. Pushes in, the bomb is down, and this is so close for Virtus.pro. Those opening kills should have been it, but Freiburg instead picks up a quad kill and forces his will onto Virtus.pro. They win the round, and the Polish team, they could force it up this time, and they will. In fact, they've decided, if we keep saving, I mean, that's the problem. That's what I was talking about, is that 9 rounds can sometimes be more like 4 or 5 rounds. Yeah. But Virtus.pro decide that they're not gonna stand for it. They really want to make sure that it's not gonna end up that way. And then a little bit of a GoTV lag, I think, coming out here.
Lag. But yeah, Freiburg with that quad kill, just, I mean, that is a big morale boost too, and he really needed to do that. NiP definitely in such a horrible position. We're seeing a bit of a rough buy here for Virtus.pro, with a couple of Famis in the mix. Of course, having just bought a lot of sniper rifles, a lot of expense going into that last round, and yeah, lots of lag.
Yeah, it's the PowerPoint show at this point.
It is.
Well, I think it's only us and not the players. I'm looking at the pings here, so it seems like it's just the GoTV maybe having some issues. We'll figure that out. Sure enough, and Exist does go down to the first person. I think he got shot through the door as well, so that's not at all bad. We can still try and cast this, of course, in the middle of Snags. It's just right now eyeing Forest. They're having a bit of a duel here. See what's going to happen.
You got this screenshot. I'll take the next one.
Exactly. Forest comes out on top, as we can see.
No, and they're actually in on top of the site as well. And this should be just all she wrote for this round. There's just no way that Virtus.pro are retaking this. We can see them on the minimap there, just chilling over at A, going to go for the save. And this is definitely the most entertaining PowerPoint that I ever saw.
Yeah,
I got to say.
There should be more stuff like this at,
much better than
university
legal
courses.
systems and methods and
exactly.
that kind of
yeah,
stuff.
that must be awful.
Yeah, it wasn't. That was the worst course that I had, I think.
Pasha and Bayali, obviously. Well, now we're back to it. So thank you very much, FACEIT admins, for helping us out with that. Pasha and Bayali now 2-on-4. And trying to save these rifles if they can at all, but Bayali's not going to be able to save his. And Pasha, he's in the pit. Bomb goes off, so now they're going to have to be really quick if they want to find him. He's already looking for the headshot, but it's not even going to be relevant. He will save the one from us. It's not exactly like, it's not like, a big amount of money saved, but they'll take anything at this point. NiP are only 4 rounds away from winning. I mean, the gap has closed and it's almost gone.
Do you believe, Anders? Do you believe?
At this point, it's hard not to. I'm surprised, though. I really did not think NiP was going to be able to do this, because you said you thought it could be done earlier, but I don't think I said anything. I just sort of thought, yeah.
Heard it before. Don't get my hopes up. I don't want to be crushed. Yeah,
no, I didn't think so, but it's looking really good. Freiburg pushing up in the middle here, looking for a kill. Actually, 2 people are on short here, and they can surprise him, or he can surprise them. He's boosting through here. If they catch him reloading, that's going to be awful. They only have pistols, but still.
It's a good distraction, but they didn't really capitalize on it. They didn't know Freiburg exactly where he was looking or how many more there would have been there. And we can see NiP, they've pushed all the way up to the crossover, and Bialy, can he find a frag hit? Oh, wow, he does get a really damaging shot there onto Freiburg. That could work out really well for them if they can pick up that rifle, but things look very grim indeed for Virtus.
Yeah, and unfortunate for Bialy, because he waited with the peek until Freiburg was so long, so far away that the P250 is no longer a one-shot headshot. If he had peeked when Freiburg was earlier in the middle, it would have been a one-shot headshot, and that would have been, a kill and an AK picked up. I'm not saying they would have won the round as a result, but it's something to think about anyway. Not really Bialy's fault, because he doesn't have the, the information that we have, but we can still, try and sound clever when we say that. Taz and Bialy are left here, of course, 2-on-5. Bomb has gone down, 13-10, and then Virtus.pro, next time they will have money to buy at the very least.
Yep, and again, more tests for NiP in that sense that they have to keep knocking them down every time and forcing those ecos, and they have to do it once more to really get the game to a kind of tied kind of situation.
Double.
And this is going to be very interesting. I'm fearful for NiP because last time we saw nothing happen, but I don't know how long that's going to go on for. Snacks and Pasha. Oh wow, Snacks actually misses the shot there. That looks pretty on him to me, but the game looks differently.
Dead on, but it actually took Forrest down to 38, so I'm wondering what he shot through. Did he shot through the lamppost up there? Can you do that? Or is that like, is that transparent? Or, you know, I'm not sure. We'll have to test that. That's interesting. Smoke going to go off into the middle here. Pasha looking on short. Freiburg right around the corner, and he's going to peek and take him down as well. And Freiburg has been playing so well in the second half that taking a kill on him like that early on is going to make Virtus.pro feel really good. They've so far played the second half without getting a single round. So they need one now.
They've really changed. Virtus.pro have really switched up their setup. If we look at this now, they haven't got very many people in long at all. They've got Bialy on EA site, and they're pushed on mid and pushed on short. They can support each other very quickly, and they can flash each other very quickly. This is really, really nice from Virtus.pro, and this is the kind of unpredictable plays that could really just blow up the round for NiPs, and they are taking it cautiously. They know how Virtus.pro likes to play, and they are aware of this, I think.
Pasha actually being flashed in on short here, but he peeks at a time when nobody's there. When then the flash shot goes away, he's going to go down. Taz flashing himself into the middle and doing some damage, but it's back to a 3-on-3, but the time, Dan, is the big thing here. Look at it, 25 seconds. Neo picks up a kill, and this is massive. The bomb is down, but Forrest did it with the turn, and now it's back to a 2-on-2. Bialy is outside the bomb site here. NiP, they need to plant while he's here, and that's uncomfortable for them. If he has the right timing, he can win the round. Even if he dies, if he just kills the bomb planter, the round is lost for NiP. But the bomb does go down. Bialy up in the window. He missed his opening. And now Forrest hiding in the corner patiently with the AWP. Being covered by Exist over here. This is a great setup.
This is a really good setup, and I think they saw him, but time is slowly ticking away here. They're looking for that opportunity, and now they go in, and they get one player, so 1-on-1 Exist gets dropped though, and there's going to be the defuse for Bialy and Virtus.pro. They managed to take a key round from NiP, and this is going to be absolutely gutting.
Yeah, very well done. I was afraid for Virtus.pro then that they had sort of missed their window of opportunity as soon as they didn't kill him when the bomb was being planted, because there was about 7 seconds left. So if Bialy just suicides in and gets the kill, they win the round. Doesn't matter what happens after that. There's just no time for them to win anymore. But that was worth the wait. Virtus.pro knows the game a little bit better than we do, maybe. So nicely done from them here. 14-10, and we're into the 25th round, where Snacks is in a interesting position, at least. This can be dangerous. Very grenadable here. And one... Oh, actually, that wasn't just a flash.
He has to rely on so much. He has to give so much trust to his teammates. You can see now this is going to be very uncomfortable here. And he's going to get one shot, but that's all he's going to have time to make. And the spray from Exist is decent, but it's not quite good enough. And it's a 3-on-2 now with NiP just with Fifth and Get Right. It's just Fifth left, and Neo's going to take him out. And that is the 15th round. NiP can only play now for the overtime, and that's it.
Yeah, so after winning so many rounds in a row, how many rounds? Did they win 8 rounds in a row, I think?
Yes.
Yeah, NiP with 8 rounds in a row, then they just start losing and can't really get back on top. This time they actually go without an AWP at all. They had the money for it, so that's not the question here for the Swedish team. They just don't feel comfortable anymore even trying for it. And Virtus.pro match and map point for them. They only need one more, and they are going to be able to defeat NiP and actually make sure that NiP can't make it into the the final stage of the tournament here.
And Fifrin goes down over at the B tunnels, and I can understand them not going for those ops. They probably don't want to try and take those duels. They don't want to be immobile. They want to be quick and snappy, but losing a player quickly and losing a second to Snacks there in mid, that is going to hurt their chances. Now they've only got 3 men. They've got to figure out what they're going to commit to. They have to put all their efforts together in one focal point. Looks like it's shaping up to be B with maybe a 2-1 split there on B and mid, but these positions are so strong for Virtus and Neo.
Yeah.
Virtus are just absolutely executing all of them.
Challenging them to a game of whack-a-mole, just standing like that every once in a while. They don't have time to engage in those sorts of stuff. I mean, now it's Get Right and Freiburg left here, pushing up short and right into the open arms of Virtus.pro, who have seemingly everything on lockdown here. 16-10 is looking very likely at this point. Get Right walking out with a good headshot, but he's going to get taken down by Snags. Freiburg running through fire. He's hungry to get the kill and maybe win the round and force the overtime here. Well, I mean, they still need to win another 4 rounds afterwards. Freiburg in a 1-on-3, puts the bomb down, and now they're coming for him from every which angle. He's going to spray and do a little bit of damage there, and then it's over. Bialy takes him down. 16-10, and a nice performance here from the Polish EMS1 champions.
Wow, I mean, that's just an incredible game.